In a historic shift that's reshaping military dynamics in Eastern Europe, women have joined the Ukrainian Legion for the first time. This development represents more than just a policy change. It signals a transformation in how modern militaries adapt and evolve during times of conflict. To understand the significance of this moment, we need to look at how the Ukrainian Legion came to be and what this change means for the future of military service in the region. Let's start with what the Ukrainian Legion actually is. Formed through a groundbreaking security agreement between Ukraine and Poland in 2024, this unit represents something entirely new in modern European military cooperation. It's not just another military unit. It's a unique experiment in how countries can work together to build defensive capabilities while navigating complex international relationships. Down here in Lublin, Poland, at the Ukrainian Consulate General, something remarkable is happening. Women are signing up to serve in specialties that have traditionally been male-dominated. But they're not just filling quotas. They're bringing critical skills in medicine and communications, areas where the Legion desperately needs expertise. This isn't just about gender integration, it's about military effectiveness. The numbers tell us something important. From an initial trickle of applications, the Legion's recruiting center has now received around 1,300 requests for service. That's nearly double what they saw in the early stages. But what's really interesting is where these volunteers are coming from. While most live in Poland, we're seeing Ukrainians arrive from across Europe, from Denmark, Germany, Lithuania, and beyond. Each brings their own skills, their own story, and their own reasons for joining. Let's pause here and understand what makes this Legion different. Unlike traditional military units, this one is being built from the ground up with NATO standards in mind. The training happens at Polish military facilities using modern NATO equipment. It's a complete departure from Soviet-era military doctrine that many of these volunteers might have expected. The integration of women into the Legion didn't happen by accident. It's the result of careful planning and recognition that modern military operations require diverse skill sets. When Lieutenant Colonel Petro Horkusha, the unit's deputy commander, talks about this change, he emphasizes that it's about capability, not just inclusion. The women joining as medics and communications specialists are filling critical roles that directly impact the unit's effectiveness. What's happening here in Poland is actually part of a larger story. We're seeing a shift in how military forces are structured and who gets to serve. This isn't just about Ukraine or Poland, it's about how modern militaries are adapting to new realities. The Ukrainian Legion is becoming a testing ground for these changes. The training these volunteers undergo is intensive. At Polish military facilities, they're learning everything from basic military skills to advanced specialty training. The Polish instructors aren't just teaching military tactics. They're helping build a unit that can operate effectively using NATO standards and equipment. This is crucial because it represents a bridge between different military traditions and technologies. But there's something else happening here that's easy to miss. This Legion is creating a new model for military cooperation between nations. When Ukraine and Poland signed their security agreement in 2024, they weren't just creating a new military unit. They were experimenting with a new way for countries to work together on defense. Looking at the broader picture, this development in the Ukrainian Legion reflects larger changes in military service worldwide. Women have been breaking barriers in armed forces across the globe, but each context is unique. Here in the Ukrainian Legion, we're seeing how this integration happens in real time, shaped by immediate operational needs and modern military requirements. The first group of Legion members has already completed their initial training and moved to deployment positions in Ukraine. They'll continue their specialized training either in Ukraine or at NATO facilities. This progression shows how the program is maturing, moving from concept to reality. The future of the Ukrainian Legion will be shaped by how well this integration works. Early indicators are positive. The increase in applications suggests growing trust in the initiative. But the real test will be how effectively these diverse units perform in their roles. As we watch this experiment unfold, it's worth noting that this isn't just about military capability. It's about how armies adapt to change, how nations work together, and how traditional institutions evolve to meet modern challenges. The women joining the Ukrainian Legion aren't just joining a military unit, they're helping write a new chapter in military history. The implications of this change extend beyond the immediate military context. This integration of women into the Ukrainian Legion represents a significant shift in how military forces are structured and operated in Eastern Europe. It's setting precedents that could influence military organization and international cooperation for years to come. Each volunteer who signs up at the consulate in Lublin is part of this larger story. Whether they're joining as medics, communications specialists, or in other roles, they're helping reshape what military service looks like in this part of the world. The Ukrainian Legion is becoming more than just a military unit. It's becoming a model for how modern military forces can adapt and evolve. This story isn't over. As more groups cycle through training, as the Legion continues to develop, and as these new approaches are tested, we'll learn more about what works and what doesn't in modern military integration. What's clear is that the Ukrainian Legion's decision to include women isn't just about expanding their recruitment pool. It's about building a more capable, modern military force. Looking ahead, the success of this initiative could influence how other military organizations approach similar changes. The lessons learned here about integration, about international cooperation, about modernizing military forces could shape military development far beyond Eastern Europe. What started as a security agreement between two countries has evolved into something much more significant. It's become a testing ground for new approaches to military organization, international cooperation, and gender integration. As the Ukrainian Legion continues to evolve, it's writing new chapters in military history, one volunteer at a time.